Good afternoon, fans. This is your girl from Mel'S Mat Chat, and welcome to another great episode 324. How is everybody's day going? It's a snowy one here in New York. It's cold, but I'm here to deliver the weekly podcast. Um, Couple things before we get into the meat of the potatoes of the podcast. Um, Last week, I was in the hospital. I had severe bronchitis and it caused me to, have very bad coughing attacks. So much fact that when I watched Hard to Kill, I didn't have a voice for 2 days. I was like in and out, and I said, you know what? I am not going to take the chance of losing whatever voice that I have to review this. So I was sick. I really wasn't. I was told to even rest. I was legitimately, I was two places. I was either on my bed or on my couch. And let me tell you something, it was a nightmare. I, I was so bad that they put me on this antibiotic. It starts with, it's dioxyphil, I think it's called. And I kid you not, this stuff was no joke. And I'm still dealing with the ramifications of it. Is that anytime I go outside, it doesn't matter if it's sunny or not, I can't get any sun rays because it does something. It kind of gives like a burn effect or something like that. So I just chose to stay in and not chance the whole situation. The only time I went out was to really go to um, get my prescription for my Z pack. Yes. When I heard that, I was like, "Oh, CM Punk," you know. But I'm on the mend. I'm back to normal, and I Hard to Kill was basically a last minute thing. I did watch it. It's just I was so not feeling well, and I was sleeping, and I couldn't. So I said, you know what? I stuff came up, personal stuff, and that was the personal stuff, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it whatsoever. My health comes first. You see, other content creators, they don't have the luxury of dealing with a child or dealing with you know, that stuff. So, I not have anybody to help them. I have nobody to help me. I'm it for my son. So I have to basically do everything on my own, which I don't have a problem doing because that's what I was, uh, chose to do to basically, become a mother. So I want to say I'm sorry. Hopefully this will never happen again. I'm all for, Royal Rumble, everything that it will not change. I'm still covering it, whatnot. I don't know when the review is going to be, but definitely the preview and predictions are going to be right after SmackDown next week, and I guarantee it. So, so please, my apologies. So, couple of things. Um, I had a little bit of an instance this week with a creator on TikTok. And then we had a couple of bad apples that are on here. One particular. I don't know the guy's name, but he's going after everybody. He's got no hair, and he thinks that this is like Howard Stern. It's not. I don't think it's funny at all. And I've seen bits and pieces. I've heard what he said. And let me tell you something, he needs to get canceled. I'm not one for canceling people, but this one takes the exception. Number two, I've always touted JD from New York. he's the inspiration for what I do here. I got the inspiration and I got the courage to go and get my own, channel and do my own thing and whatnot. If you haven't watched or sampled any of his work, do me a favor. Shut your fucking mouth. Okay? Do not comment on him. I'm not kidding. I'm sick to death of people fucking attacking him for stuff that has no control over him. And I'm going to bring up 2 instances. He was accused of going after somebody that was special needs. Okay. Let me ask you. If I showed you, if you didn't know that my son has autism and I showed you a picture, could you tell if he was autistic or if he was special needs? No, you can't. So what the fuck? All right, what the fuck? You expect us content creators to be fucking psychic. So when I go and answer somebody on either Twitter, Instagram, or whatnot, I am not, because it's not my fucking goddamn it's not my job to keep checking everybody's fucking profile. I am not a psychic. JD's not a psychic. Okay? So if somebody's coming after you and you want to defend yourself, despite somebody having a disability or being special needs, they could go fuck off. You put yourself out there. You're the one that fucking goddamn drew first blood. So guess what? All the fucking goddamn haters out there and all the fucking goddamn naysayers out there. So it's not okay for us to defend ourselves because there's somebody fucking because somebody is disabled or special needs. Go screw off. My son is autistic. I don't give him any fucking leeway. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to not treat them like freaking porcelain dolls. I'm going to give you an instance. All right. It just happened recently. I get a phone call from the school. My son's acting like a fucking asshole, bullying and everything like that. And then got aggressive, had a meltdown. Then he kept on going. He attacked the clients there, and he also attacked the staff. I don't downshift like that. So guess what? I went that Saturday, and I went to go bring him. I had to bring him a jacket. I had to go bring him, toiletries. I had to bring him stuff that he desperately needs because that he needs it for his daily life. I normally bring him some comforts from home. Ergo, his favorite snack is donuts. I usually stop at the Dunkin' Donuts, Dunkin', whatever. Shout out to them. I hate your coffee. All right? Do better. I usually stop, and I also bring 2 cans of root beer. And that's his snack. We hang out. We watch TV. He does whatever. We go do whatever. I didn't bring it. And I also told him I'm not staying because I am not going to keep feeding into bad behavior. And he accepted it. So I get a phone call a couple of days ago. He's got strep. So hopefully they'll keep it together. And then next Saturday, week from tomorrow, I can spend the entire time there. Everything back to normal because I told him, I was upfront with him, I do not approve of this. I don't baby my kid. I'm a fucking drill sergeant. All right. I'm one of those parents, but I love my son, and he knows that he's scared of me, but he knows why he's scared of me. And we should be doing that with a lot of more kids. We'd have a lot less problems. Okay. Second, JD from New York does not like Hulk Hogan. I don't particularly care. I respect him enough because he was my grandfather's favorite professional wrestler. All right. I tolerated him. I said, you know what? I'll watch it with him because it'll be something that me and him could share. We all know he's a racist. So are we going to fuck Cody Rhodes just so that we can erase it? If it wasn't for that son of a bitch, we wouldn't be talking about what I'm talking about now. Roman Reigns needs to lose. I don't have anything against the guy. The guy is hot. I think he's great. He's done a very good job of contributing to professional wrestling. He's done. Go with God. Go make 2, 3 movies. Go do TV shows. Do whatever. Take a year and a half off. Let Cody run with the ball. He's more than fucking ready. And I'm tired of this. I'm tired because it's a bad timing. Or we need to do this because it'll be grand. No, the story ends at WrestleMania in the main event, night 2, Cody Roman. I don't want to fucking hear it. And as far as The Rock's concerned, get your ass on a private plane, go down to Australia, be in a match for 10, 15 minutes, get paid, and go back home. Plain and simple. Now, with the whole situation with Seth Rollins possibly being injured, he doesn't need to be on in the ring. Get him off the fucking road for a while. Put somebody else in. Damian Priest is the next guy, or Gunther is the next guy. Have them be in the main event on the house shows. If he is really seriously hurt, I got a simple fucking. It is so simple. It is so stupid how simple it is. Seth Rollins is not allowed. He has to get surgery. All right, got a great idea. One Monday. It doesn't have to be Monday. It doesn't have to be next Monday. It doesn't. It's got to be before either Perth or WrestleMania. Seth Rollins is in the middle of the ring doing a promo. We hear Judgment Day music come on. They all circle the wagons. They attack him. Damian Priest cashes in. New world champion. No tournament needed. He'll have a token fucking run, but at least he could say he's world champion. And then that'll be a good test for him, because then if they want to put the title legitimately on him, then they'll have the fucking test run. It is so simple. So simple. Or I have, oh my God, I have an even better chance. If he is out all this time, send him down to fucking Australia. If he doesn't need surgery, or he's just rehabbing, or he's going to need surgery and they're going to put it off, have him go down and say, hey, I'm sorry that I couldn't wrestle. There was nobody challenging me. And that's because it'll be a Judgment Day fucking PLE. Unfortunately, CM Punk is not going to get his match with Seth Rollins, and I want to apologize for this. Oh my God, I am so sorry. It goes off at the worst time. I wish this thing would go off. None at all. So yeah, I mean, there could be another time. Maybe Seth Rollins does the comeback and he wins the Royal Rumble in 2025, and then we have it then, and that'll be the end of it, or something like that. Who knows? But this is the way it's got to be. I don't want triple threat matches. I don't want fucking this. I don't want fucking that. Let's just be done with it and do it this way. If Seth Rollins is not hurt, keep him off television. Keep him off, or keep him on television, but don't put him in a fucking match. Hello, he's like mid-30s. How many more years is he going to have? Put him on commentary during a match every week. Do backstage things. Do something. It's not that hard. Because if CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble, he could do everything. He could go to Chicago and walk around and antagonize Punk to get underneath his skin. And then you build a story from there. Plain and simple. Let's check the chat. I don't want to have anything to do with The Rock. I don't want to have nothing to do with Roman. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen in birth. That's all I'm going to accept. Anyway, let's move on and let's get to the heart of the freaking the heart of the matter here. We have another event for House of Glory coming up. And it was my fault. I thought he was going to be debuting at Bracing for Impact, or it didn't happen. He will be debuting at Reckoning Saturday, March 2nd. We have 2 debuts. We have Mustafa Ali and former Impact / TNA champion Alex Shelley. And they have a big announcement. It'll be officially tonight at 8 p.m. Wrestling Revolver and House of Glory will be at WrestleMania weekend, putting on a show. I believe it's Friday, April 5th, and it'll be a dual show. It'll be a joint effort, and you're just going to have to go to hogwrestling.net to get all the information. Now, if you want to watch this or watch any back of their their shows, their past shows, please go download the Premiere app for only $9.99 a month. Also, please go check out the people over at Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Visit their website for all your beard essentials. If you want to murder your thirst and you need the artillery to combat it, go check out the people over at Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Choose your weapons of spring water, unflavored salsa water, flavored salsa waters, and iced tea. So if you are an adult and you're able to drink alcoholic beverages, please drink responsibly. You can use them as mixers. Highly recommend. Also, if you are a coffee connoisseur and you like to be goth, I got the coffee for you, and it's Death Wish Coffee. Go to their website at deathwishcoffee.com and get all your coffee essentials. All right, let's get this party started. We're going to go because of the way everything is, we're going to go to WWE first, get them over with, and then go right into AEW, because right now Royal Rumble season, and I want to make sure that goes first. And then when Revolution comes up, I'll be more on AEW, so it spreads the wealth. Oh, tribalism. I want to just reiterate on this because I'm going to keep refreshing people's memories. If you like one promotion over the other, great. But stop freaking making it a war, okay? It'll be such a better place. Yes. And then we can have world peace. Okay? Last week on SmackDown, I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I did this. Results. I gotta remember myself to plug in this after I'm finished with it. And this is definitely not even there. All right, SmackDown had Cameron Grimes versus Grayson Waller. Los Lotharios versus Latino World Order. We officially hear from LA Knight, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles. And Bianca Belair versus Bayley. And I love this. We went right into the first match. Cameron Grimes versus Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller's music plays and he comes down to the ring. Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso attacked Cameron Grimes during his entrance. So this match was a no contest. So Paul Heyman gets on the mic and says they are not the bad guys, but Nick Aldis is the bad guy. He says Aldis put Roman Reigns in a fatal four-way match at the Royal Rumble where it is guaranteed he will lose his title. Heyman says Aldis is the bad guy and hands him a microphone. Aldis says the fatal four-way match at the Royal Rumble is a done deal. And I love this. I love how the discord is going on. He said the bloodline won't ruin another match. He says he can't ruin the main event because they are in the main event. He says that AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton will take on Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and Randy Orton. Heyman says Roman Reigns is not there tonight. Aldis says Reigns has started something he doesn't want to finish. He says he should find another partner or it will be a handicap match. I love this. I love this because now Roman Reigns he thinks he was in charge of SmackDown. He now isn't. Los Lotharios versus Latino World Order. Yeah, I hate the part-timer. Oh, he's going to get probably the same or if not better than Brock Lesnar's schedule. Absolutely. So we go to commercial break. Before we started this match, Jimmy Uso says no one will team up with them. Heyman says there's a lot of people trying to get into the bloodline. He said he will find someone. He walks away, and Jimmy says he is worried about, but so Sequoia says he is never worried. So we go to the ring for the match. The match starts between both teams brawl. Wild knocks Humberto out of the ring. Del Toro hits a Hurricane Rana on Garza. He then hits him with a springboard dropkick, sending him out of the ring. LWO dive onto Garza and Humberto Carrillo. I can't say his last name without saying his own complete name. Cruz sends Garza into the ring. Garza tags out. He sends Cruz out of the ring. We go to commercial break. Carrillo with a cutter on Cruz. Both men tag out. Wild hits Garza with a drop kick. He then hits a DDT cover 1-2. Carrillo makes a save. Wild climbs to the top rope, but is stopped. Angel and Humberto throw him off the top rope. Humberto goes for the moonsault and misses. However, he comes back with a powerbomb 1-2 kick out. Humberto tags out and he lifts up Wild, but he hits a Poison Rana. Garza is sent into the turnbuckle. Del Toro with a dropkick on Carrillo. He then dives on to him. Carrillo, his music plays, and he attacks him from behind. They brawl into the crowd. Garza rolls up Wild for the win, and the winners are Los Lotharios. We go to the back. Cameron Grimes is in Nick Aldis's office. Aldis says he's impressed with him. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory walk in. Aldis says they are in the middle of something. Grimes asks them to get out of here. He says he is on a level above Waller. He challenges him to a match tonight. Austin Theory agrees and to the match, and Aldis books it. We come back from commercial break. Paul Heyman runs into Carlito backstage and offers him an apple. He says he could team with the bloodline. Carlito says he's looking for a fight, but it's against Santos Escobar. And man, Mr. Andrade CN Almas is looking real good for his Royal Rumble re-debut. Yes, I say CN Almas because he's going back to WWE. Unless he's going to get the okay to keep using Andrade El Idolo because he's finished up with AEW. Logan says he is speaking on the phone with his lawyer, and he and Owens cast could be a liability. And if he wears it to their match, Then he will sue him and threaten to cancel the match if he shows up in his cast. Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Come back from commercial break, and before we have this match, we have the buddings of a rebirth of the bruiserweights. Pete Dunne, or how Roderick Strong used to say, Dune. I had to. Come on. UE girl all the way through and through. And if you don't know who UE is, it's the Undisputed Era. A really big ripoff of the Undisputed Kingdom, okay? That's just my opinion, but I digress. Butch and Tyler Bate are talking in a bar. It wasn't a bar. Sorry, it was a coffee shop about Butch's future. And he keeps saying, you got to let them remind him of who you are. Remind him of the bruiserweight. And then they cut it. And I'm like, Triple H is fucking right and wrongs. And I love every minute of it. Still not 100% over the whole fact of the whole Money in the Bank thing that should have been on that Peacock special, but we digress. So we finally go to the match with Bayley and Bianca Belair. The match starts with Belair takes down Bayley. Belair hits Bayley with a back body drop and follows it with a moonsault. Bayley comes back with a clothesline. Belair hits Bayley with multiple body slams. Bayley is sent into the turnbuckles and she falls to the floor. Belair dives onto Bayley. Come back from commercial break. Bayley attacks Belair in the corner. Belair hits a couple of drop kicks on Bayley. She attacks Bayley in the corner. Bayley comes back with a kick to Belair's head. She ties Belair's hair in the ropes and attacks her. Belair uses her hair to trip Bayley. Belair smashes Bayley on the apron. Bayley sends Belair on the apron. Belair picks up Bayley and slams her into the post. She sends her into the ring and attacks her in the corner. She then hits a suplex. Belair attacks Bayley in the corner. Belair hits Bayley with a backbreaker. Belair slams Bayley. She then hits a moonsault cover 1-2 kick out. Bayley sends Belair into the turnbuckle. Bayley hits an elbow drop, cover 1-2 kick out. Bayley rolls up Belair but gets her feet on the rope and the referee sees it. She sends Belair out of the ring and distracts the referee, but Damage Control don't attack Belair. Aha! Looks like all award to get Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns not there. Yep. So that portion, so we know that Trinity, Naomi, is most likely coming back. So does she go to Bayley's aid? And do we see a little Monday in the Royal Rumble? If we don't see Mercedes-Benz Sasha Banks in the Royal Rumble, she's going to AEW and I don't want to hear anything of it. Okay? I'm done. Bayley sends Belair into the ring. Belair hits her with a spear. She then hits a KOD for the win, and Bianca picks up the win. We go to the back. Kevin says the cast is because of a broken hand, but won't keep him from competing at the Royal Rumble. Owen says they can talk about the lawsuit face-to-face, where Logan can be a guest on the Kevin Owens show. And I think that's, I believe, this week. Damage Control are backstage, and Bayley asks why didn't they help her. Dakota Kai says Bayley needs to win the Royal Rumble on her own. She says Bayley has got this and walks away. So then Bobby Lashley's music plays, and he comes out with the Street Profits. He says AOP carrying Cross, attacking them from behind, only made matters worse for them. He says they don't attack anyone from behind. Lashley says Cross and his team can come down now and settle the issue. Paul Ellering comes out and points to the Titan drop. Cross speaks about a new era with the Authors of Pain. He calls themselves the Final Testament. Lashley and the Street Profits seem confused. We go to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is backstage. Pretty Deadly approaches him and says they could team with the bloodline. Heyman says they only need one person to team with Sequoia and Uso. Pretty Deadly say they have something else to do and leave. So we have Carmelo Hayes. Oops. Oops. Trying to get a tissue and then 15,000 things fall down. Of course. Sorry again. It's. When your nose feels like it's dripping, you gotta. So, Carmelo Hayes versus Austin Theory. Before this match started, Heyman runs into Lashley and the Street Profits. He says Lashley can team with the Bloodline and take out his frustrations. Lashley says he wants to be in the ring with the Bloodline when he challenges Roman Reigns. So we go back to the match that's in the ring right now. The match starts with Hayes kicks Theory with a drop kick. Hayes hits a fadeaway on Theory. He then dives onto Theory. We go to commercial break. Theory hits Hayes with a drop kick, sending him out of the ring. Theory sends him into the ring. Hayes suplexes Theory in the ring. Waller hits Theory with a crossbody. He slams Theory on the mat. Cover 1-2 kick out. Waller super kicks Theory. Theory comes back with a Spanish fly. But because of that, because the referee called off the match because Theory got hurt. So that was a good situation. So it was no contest. So we go to the back. Jimmy Uso asks who they will teaming up with. Heyman says he interviewed everyone and there was no one worthy to stand by their side. He said no more additions. He has full faith in them and he's not worried. Jimmy said he's not worried, but Solo says he's not worried. Jimmy says if Solo isn't worried, then he's not worried. So we go to the main event. Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight, yeah, versus Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. Randy Orton comes out and he walks to the ring. Jimmy and Solo attack him from behind. Solo hits a Samoan spike on Orton and they walk to the ring. Come back from commercial break. AJ Styles comes out. Down to the ring, LA Knight comes out. So the match officially begins with Knight knocks down Uso, then tags out to Styles. Styles continues the attack on Jimmy. Styles tags out and Knight attacks Jimmy in the corner. Cover 1-2 kick out. Styles tags in and hits Jimmy with a sliding forearm. Styles hits Jimmy with a drop kick and sends him out of the ring. Knight and Styles attack Solo Sikoa. They knock him out of the ring. We go to commercial break. Solo goes to work on Styles. Solo attacks Styles in the corner. Jimmy tags in and attacks Styles. Styles fights back and knocks down Jimmy Uso. Knight sends Solo into the steel steps. Styles with a Pele kick on Jimmy. Styles argues with Knight. Jimmy super kicks Knight after Styles ducks. Styles and Jimmy crash into each other. Randy Orton music plays and he comes down to the ring. Styles tags him and attacks Jimmy and Solo. Orton with a power slam on Jimmy, who rolls to the apron. Randy hits him with a hanging DDT. Jimmy super kicks but recovers and hits an RKO for the win. And winner Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight. So then after the match, Solo attacks Orton from behind. Styles attacks him with a phenomenal forearm. Knight hits him with a BFT. Styles and Knight argue, and Orton hits an RKO. He then attacks Jimmy. Orton hits Jimmy with a steel steps. They clear the table. They hit triple powerbomb a la Shields on Solo through the table. And that is the end of that. Please, while you're here, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Please, while you're also here, if you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Threads, Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, TikTok, and Cameo. If you want me to, announce something, congratulate somebody, or just say, hey, how you doing? Or even curse somebody out, I'll do it. Don't worry about it, I'll do it. So we go to Monday Night Raw. Raw's lineup for the night. Gunta returns to Raw. DIY versus Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough. Awesome Truth versus Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Damian Priest. World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal. And we hear from Cody Rhodes. So they started off Monday Night Raw with Jinder Mahal and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins actually brought his daughter Rue on screen, so she made her Monday Night Raw debut. Kudos to her. She has no idea what the hell is going on. Wait till she's like 10 years old and she says, well, guess what? My mommy and my daddy are professional wrestlers. Who's your mom and who's your dad? Seth freaking Rollins and the man, Becky Lynch. It's going to be hilarious. And she's going to be like so sassy. It's not even funny. Cody heads out to the ring. He gets on the mic and says they can talk about him fighting and defeating Shinsuke Nakamura. He says they can talk about the reasons he came back to WWE for. He also says the Royal Rumble is right around the corner. So Drew McIntyre comes out. Drew asks what Cody wants to talk about. He says Cody has been back a minute, but they haven't had the chance to catch up. He says he's proud of Cody and the man he has become. He said they were tag team champions. It's true. He says they didn't go far because they didn't embrace their opportunity. Drew says they redefined what meant to be a wrestler out of WWE. I love that they mentioned wrestler and not sports entertainer. It's a beautiful thing. Drew says their last match he had before coming to WWE with Cody, and Cody told him he would be a future WWE champion. Drew says Cody should keep doing what he's doing, and he'll be the first member to his family to win the championship. He says Cody is going to finish his story, but not before he finishes it. Cody says they have both declared for the Royal Rumble. He says anyone could win. Cody says they have both won the Royal Rumble, and he can't count anyone else. Drew asks Cody to be himself, and if anyone has a problem, he could drop them. Cody says this is not an act. He says he smiles when he comes out because he loves this. He says the difference between them is he's grateful while Drew is complaining about his second chance. Drew asks Cody why he brought Jey Uso to Raw and why he is endorsing CM Punk. Drew says Cody is standing in his way. He says the story belongs to him at WrestleMania. Cody says Drew is all about excuses. Cody says Drew wants him to be like him. But the difference is when he speculates about finishing the story, he looks at himself and the fans. Cody asks who won their last match together. We go backstage. R-Truth is backstage with Damian. This is pissing me off. Makes me not want to be a Judgment Day fan. Damian walks and asks what is wrong with him. He says Judgment Day is not happy with him selling their merchandise. Truth offers Priest his cut. Truth asks if Nick is okay. Priest says he can sell the merchandise. He then asks Truth not to tag in during their match. Truth says he understands and offers them a shirt. Priest walks away. So we go to the tag team match. DIY, which is Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, versus Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough. But before we go to the match, we go to commercial break. The match begins with Johnny Gargano and JD McDonough. JD takes down Gargano. Gargano hits JD with a Hurricane Rana, setting him out of the ring. Dominic sends Gargano to the floor. Ciampa knocks him down. Mysterio dives onto him, and Gargano hits a suicide dive on JD. So we come back from commercial break. Ciampa hits JD with a clothesline. Both men exchange strikes. Gargano tags in. Ciampa hits JD with a vicious clothesline. Dominic attacks Gargano from behind. JD tags out, and Dominic viciously attacks Gargano. Dominic attacks Gargano in the corner. He tags out to JD. JD continues to attack Gargano. JD tags out to Dominic, goes to work on Gargano. Gargano comes back with a kick to Dominic's head. Gargano tags out, but the official doesn't see it. JD is sent out of the ring. Gargano hits Dominic with a slingshot spear. JD drags Ciampa off the ring apron. Dominic hits Gargano with a dropkick. We go to commercial break. Ciampa attacks JD and Dominic in the corner. Ciampa takes down both down with a clothesline. Ciampa back with a body drop, then hits a reverse DDT. Mysterio tags in and goes for a suplex, but Ciampa reverses it and hits him with a forearm. Gargano tags in and hits a double team move. Cover 1-2. JD makes the save. Ciampa and JD exchange strikes. Dominic super kicks Gargano, but he returns with a clothesline. Both men tag out. JD hits a Spanish fly. He then hits a moonsault. Cover 1-2. Gargano super kicks JD. Dominic sets up for Gargano with a 619 and goes for it, but Ciampa locks him out with the knee. Ciampa hits JD with a DDT. He tags out. Ciampa and Gargano hit the meet in the middle for the win. So they get a possible tag team title match with Balor and Priest. WrestleMania, please. I beg of you. So we go to the back and we have Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae with Adam Pearce. And Indy says 2024 is their year. Chelsea Green comes in and says they should have won last week. Pearce suggests a tag team against Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae, and Chelsea accepts and walks away. So we go to that match. The match begins with Chelsea and Piper attack Indy and Candice. Piper with a shoulder breaker on Indy. Green tags in. Green attacks Indy. Indy is sent to the floor. Indy drops Chelsea on the apron. She kicks her in the face. Green tags out. Green headbutts Indy. Piper goes for a splash and misses. Indy tags out. Candice attacks Niven. She hits an enziguri and follows it up with a senton. She then hits a code breaker on Chelsea. Candice tags out Indy with a spinebuster on Green. Piper body slams Indy. Green tags in. Candice tags in. Candice hits assistant line assault for the win, and Indy and Candice pick up the win. Gunther is walking backstage with Ludwig Kaiser, and they're heading out to the ring. Go to commercial break. Judgment Day are backstage. Rhea says she needs to address her division. Priest walks in. Balor asks where he's been. Priest says he spoke to Pearce about Drew. JD asks about R-Truth. Priest says he should focus on what happened tonight. Priest says R-Truth earns for the crew. JD asks if he gets a cut. Priest says his name is not on the shirt. So Ludwig Kaiser is on the entrance stage, and he introduces Gunther, and Imperial music plays, and they head out to the ring. Gunther gets on the mic and says they are 2 weeks away from the Royal Rumble, and he can feel the desperation around this place. He said when he was away and observing what had happened, he saw a fellow superstar argue about who was going to win the Royal Rumble. He said last year he entered number one and made it to the end. He said he lasted longer in the Royal Rumble match than any other man before. He said he's going to win the Royal Rumble, a main event WrestleMania. He says he wants to focus on Ludwig. I want to congratulate again Mr. Gunther and Ginny. She's formerly from the NXT UK. If you look her up, she was the fashionista. I loved her. She was awesome. And they got married, and they had a beautiful bouncing baby boy. And God, she must have bruises all over her stomach. Mud on, chopping already. Gunther reviews what happened while he was away. A video of Ludwig's match from last week plays. He says he loves to see vicious side of Ludwig. He then hugs Kaiser. Xavier Woods' music plays and he walks out. Woods says he has a problem with Ludwig. Woods says he is the reason Kofi is not here tonight, but he's here tonight and he hears to get revenge. He then challenges Kaiser to a match. Gunther offers the mic to. I'm going to stop doing that because it's annoying. I know it's annoying. Kaiser asks if Woods is really challenging him after what he did to Kofi last week. Kaiser accepts the challenge, and Kaiser goes to attack Woods, but he is sent to the outside. Woods attacks Kaiser, and we go to this match right after the commercial break. So the match officially starts. Woods attacks Kaiser in the corner. Kaiser comes back with a clothesline. Kaiser attacks Woods in the corner. Woods viciously attacks Woods. Kaiser viciously attacks Woods. Woods comes back with a crossbody. I'm sorry, my eyes got a little nutty. Kaiser returns with an uppercut. Cover 1-2 kick out. Woods attacks Kaiser in the corner. Kaiser knocks down Woods. Kaiser kicks Woods in the face. Cover 1-2 kick out. Woods fights back against Kaiser. He sends Woods to the apron. Woods runs into the right hand from Kaiser. He then clotheslines Kaiser, sends Woods into the post, and hits a running basement drop kick. Come back from commercial break. Woods hits a DDT on Kaiser. Woods and Kaiser exchange strikes. Woods stomps Kaiser. Woods knocks Kaiser out of the ring and hits a drop kick. Kaiser throws a chair at Woods, but he ducks and attacks Kaiser. Woods throws a chair on Kaiser. That was a stupid fucking thing because I would have, if something's getting thrown to me and I know the ref is seeing, I'm going to stand there and get it. So fucking Woods, babyface syndrome. Stupid babyface syndrome. So Ludwig Kaiser wins by DQ. Dumbass. But then after the match, Woods grabs a steel chair, but Kaiser kicks him in the face. Kaiser places Woods on the steel chair steps. Woods comes back and drop kicks Kaiser. Woods throws the steps and Kaiser ducks and escapes through the crowd. We go to backstage where Bronson Reed is, and he says there's a man who holds the championship who doesn't realize it will belong to him. We go back to commercial break. Byron Saxton interviews Woods, but is attacked by Kaiser. Jay breaks it up. Akira Tozawa versus Ivar. But before the match begins from the commercial break, Ivar knocks down Akira Tozawa. Tozawa slaps Ivar. He kicks Ivar in the face. He then hits a DDT. Ivar comes back with a spinning slam. He follows it with a crossbody. Ivar climbs to the top rope but Maxine distracts him. Tozawa hits a sunset flip, powerbomb, and pins Ivar. So Akira Tozawa picks up the victory. Knee is killing me. Valhalla attacks Maxine after the match, sends her into the ring. Ivar knocks out Tozawa with a spinning kick. Valhalla headbutts Maxine. Ivar hits a downsault on Tozawa. Rhea Ripley's heading out to the ring. And man, can those fucking bodysuits get any skippier? Yes, please. I'll take that for 1,000, Alex. God rest his soul. We come back from commercial break. The Alpha Academy is asked if they are okay. Ivy Nile comes in and says Valhalla will pay for this. Chad Gable says next week he's going to teach Ivar a lesson. Rhea heads out to the ring. Rhea gets on the mic and said she is so sick and tired of people like Nia Jax running their mouth and claiming that this is their division. She says that this is her division. She warns whoever wins the Royal Rumble against, don't choose her, basically. So Becky comes out. Oh, kill me now, please. Lynch says they are two different women with similar stories. She says one of them natural ability and that is unmatched. She says they are two of the very best to do it. Lynch says there's a voice in her head saying Rhea might be better than her, but she needs to prove it. Rhea is not, and to do that, she needs to win the Royal Rumble and take that title away from her. No. Rhea needs this more than you, Becky. You've had your WrestleMania moment. She got screwed once. Then she couldn't main event night one because of the whole situation. She needs this more than you do. You got to main event, you got to win, and you got all the glory. Rhea says there's only one other person who wants to win the Royal Rumble match more than herself, and that's her. She said she will see her at WrestleMania. Jackie, the interviewer, she interviewed Seth Rollins, who said he has been champion for over 200 days, and with every title defense, he gets stronger and better. No. To be a fighting champion, Rollins says Jinder Mahal has changed over the years. He says this is the best version of Jinder Mahal. Are you fucking kidding me? There was never a best side of him. Awesome Truth versus Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions. We come back from a commercial break. Judgment Day music plays and R-Truth is in the background. R-Truth drops some cash in the ring. He offers it to Finn Balor. He says he offered to Dom his cut, but doesn't give anything to JD. The Miz argues with Truth. So the match begins, and Balor knocks down Truth. Truth comes back and knocks down Miz. Balor takes down and stomps him. Truth rolls out of the ring. We come back from commercial break. Balor goes to work on Truth. Balor tags out, and Truth hits a jawbreaker on Priest. Truth tags out, and Miz attacks Balor. He sends Priest out of the ring. Miz with a double knees to the face. Miz attacks Balor in the corner. Truth tags in and hits a scissor kick. Miz knocks down Mysterio. Truth knocks down JD. Priest takes out Miz. Priest asks what is he doing. Truth hits Balor with a heel kick. Priest with a South of Heaven on Truth, and Balor pins him. We go back to Jackie, and she's interviewing Jinder Mahal, who says that he's been 7 years drought for him. He said he's been focused on tonight, and he will beat Seth Rollins. I did not care about this fucking match that took place. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks versus Tegan Nox and Natalya. Oh my God. She's still with the same tag team partner. Oh my God. That's a feat in itself for Natalya. But before we go to this match, we go to commercial break. We come back. A video with Shinsuke Nakamura plays and says he could not cause the damage he wanted, and he made him angry. He says Cody should keep his eyes open because the story is not over. He said he's going to win the Royal Rumble match. Tegan Nox comes. We go back to the match with Tegan Nox and Gambit. The match starts with Stark super kicks Nox. Stark attacks in the corner. Baszler tags in and continues to attack Nox. Stark tags in and attacks her in the corner. Baszler tags in and continues the assault. Starks tags in and attacks Nox in the corner. Nox tries to fight back, but is stopped. Baszler tags in and hits Nox with a jumping knee cover. 1-2, Natalya makes the save. Shayna sets up Nox on the top rope. Nox hits a crossbody. Both women tag out. Natalya attacks Stark in the corner. She slams Stark and hits a basement dropkick. Natalya with a German suplex on Stark. Natalya goes for the sharpshooter but escapes. Shayna tags in. Natalya with a clothesline on Shayna. Stark drags Nox out of the ring. Natalya knocks Starks off the apron. Shayna locks in her submission hold, and Natalya taps out. Right people won. So we're going to go into the main event, which is Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So the match starts with Veer distracts Rollins and Jinder attacks him from behind. Jinder hits a body slam on Rollins. Jinder sends Rollins out of the ring. Rollins sends Jinder into the post. Rollins with a jumping knee to Jinder. He sends Jinder into the ring. Damian Priest comes out with his briefcase. So we go back to commercial break. We come back. Jinder goes to work on Rollins. Jinder knocks Rollins down. Jinder with an abdominal stretch on Rollins. Rollins fights out of it. Both men exchange strikes. Rollins hits Jinder with a clothesline. Rollins is sent to the apron. He comes back with a crossbody. Rollins with his super kick. Rollins with a senton and follows it with a moonsault. Rollins hits a Falcon Arrow on Jinder. Rollins hits a pedigree on Mahal. Cover 1-2 rope break. Rollins dives onto Sangha. He then climbs to the top rope and goes for a crossbody. Misses. Drew McIntyre shows up at ringside and confronts Damian Priest. Priest and Drew brawl with each other. Indus attacks Rollins. Mahal hits a gutbuster, cover 1-2 kick out. Veer attacks Rollins with a briefcase. Mahal hits a Colossus 1-2 kick out. And Jesus Christ, talking about a fucking goddamn what is it called? Heart attack at this point. Indus arguing on the apron. They get ejected from the match. Mahal goes for the Kala, but Rollins reverses it and hits a stomp for the win, and Rollins retains. And that's it. That's it. So, again, if you're here, please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications. So when I go live or upload a video, you will know about it. Okay, AEW had a Battle of the Belts this week. So Collision was 3 hours, legitimately. And I think it was kind of shady that they couldn't actually, they could have actually, if they really wanted to go to head with WWE, they could have put a Rampage Battle of the Belts on Friday. Go on at 9 o'clock. Anyway, Rampage. They were back at Daly's place. And we started off with the Continental Crown match. Eddie Kingston versus Wheeler Yuta. Yuta and Kingston chain wrestled to start the match. Yuta applied the pressure. Eddie's wrist and arm. Yuta kicked Eddie in the head, taunting him. Eddie got to his feet and smacked Yuta in the face with an open palm strike. Yuta fired back with a tope, diving Eddie into the barricade. Yuta connected with a big crossbody. Yuta charged at Kingston in the corner, but Kingston moved out of the way. Kingston used his rapid-fire chops to Yuta's chest. They brawled outside the ring. Yuta drove Kingston shoulder first into the barricade. Yuta focused his attack on Kingston's right arm, stomping on it. Back in the ring, Wheeler Yuta drop-kicked Eddie Kingston. Yuta planted Kingston shoulder first onto the mat. Yuta slapped Kingston in the face. Eddie had enough and hit Yuta with a capture suplex. Kingston followed up with an exploder suplex. Both men were hurting, and both men were down. Yuta charged at Kingston, but Kingston countered with a DDT for a near fall. Kingston blistered the chest of Yuta with more chops. They jockeyed for position on the top turnbuckle, and Yuta spiked Kingston with a diving DDT. Kingston escaped the pin attempt by touching the bottom rope with his boot. Yuta smashed Eddie with a hammer and anvil elbows. Yuta applied a cross arm breaker. Yuta wrenched up on the wrist of Kingston. The champ grabbed the bottom rope to force the ref to break the hold. Yuta nailed Eddie with a German suplex for a close near fall. Yuta climbed to the top and splashed Eddie for a 2 count. Wheeler Yuta shoved the ref out of the way, booted Eddie in the face. Eddie got to his feet, cracked Yuta with a spinning back fist. Eddie blasted Yuta with a half and half suplex, followed up with a Northern Lights bomb, and pinned and retained his title. Renee Paquette was backstage with the Hardys and Mark Briscoe. Renee asks the fans could expect to see more Hardys and Mark teaming up as a trio. Briscoe, Renee and the Hardys. Renee, the Hardys and Big Chicken himself kicked ass and took names, and I have a feeling we're not done. Jeff, not only did we kick ass in the ring, but we also kicked ass in the ratings, viewership, demos, all categories. Matt, myself, and Jeff, we want to win the AEW World Tag Team titles, but I could see some trios gold in the future of this combination. You know why we have so much respect for you? Because when we fought you and your brother, you brought it to us like no one else. We meant we're meant to be a trio, and I see great things in our future. Jeff Hardy, put the Hardy's necklace around Mark's neck. Matt, as of right now, you're one of us. They better start doing something with the Hardys, or they're going to be back in WWE lickety split. But I was almost done with that. I was like, damn, I drink a lot of iced coffee and fast. Swerve Strickland versus Matt Sydal. Sydal tried to score the pin early. Swerve answered with a backbreaker, showing off his mean streak. Swerve cracked Sydal with a flying European uppercut. There's sheer confidence on Swerve's face, said Excalibur. There should be, replied Shivani. Sydal took down Swerve with a Rana and then a rising knee strike. Swerve came back with a backbreaker once again. Sydal connected with an air raid crash for a near fall. Swerve rallied back with a rolling flatliner with a vertical suplex. Sydal dodged and Swerve stopped. Swerve came back with a JML driver and pinned Sydal. A very impressive victory, said Ross. Renee Paquette was backstage with Top Flight and Action Andretti. Private Party interrupted. Dante Martin took issue with Private Party interrupting for a second time. Private Party challenged any two men to a match, and Top Flight and Action Andretti seemed to up to the task. If they're going to keep these three guys together, they need to revise the team. Maybe Action Top Flight or Top Flight Action, something like that. Maybe, I don't know. You know. Hikaru Shida versus Queen Amada. I keep saying Amadita. Shida shoved at the Queen and then took her down with a shoulder tackle. Amada slipped out of the corner and rocked Shida with a hip attack and then a running boot to the side of Shida's head. Amada kicked Shida in the small of the back. Shida invited Amada to kick her, and Amada answered. Amada tried for a running knee, but Shida intercepted it and countered with a dragon screw leg whip. Amada headbutted Shida to the sternum and followed up with a German suplex. Shida dazed her opponent with a short arm lariat. Shida stunned Amada with a jumping knee strike. Shida spiked Amada with a falcon arrow for a near fall. Shida finished off Amada with a katana and pinned the Queen. They hugged after the match. Sorry, I just needed to text a family member. Sorry. Renee Paquette was backstage with Ruby Soho and Soraya. Renee wishes Ruby a happy belated birthday. Renee said, it seems like an addition of Harley Cameron has been great for them. Soraya, yeah, there's a reason why she's not here. I mean, Ruby, I have to show you something. I'm sorry this is going to break your heart. The only reason I'm going to show you is because I love you and I'm sorry it's your birthday. Soraya pushed play on the remote control and a hidden footage ad of Harley backstage approaching Angela Parker. Harley grabbed Parker by the face and pulled him in for a kiss. Soraya put it back, paused the footage. Soraya, yeah, I don't want to say I told you so, but Angela Parker walked in and said singing happy birthday, holding a cake. Ruby shoved the cake in Angela's face and told him to go to hell. She stormed off. Soraya looked at Angela and said, I always win. Parker, it's not what it looks like. Parker hit play on the remote control. Footage continue, and it's clear that he was pushing away Harley, not wanting her kiss. But Ruby, Soraya, and Renee had already left. Oh, Ruby's gonna kill Soraya and Harley. Finally, some story for the women's division. I know it's fucking foreign concept, but wow. I mean, it sucks that it's a love angle, but main event time. Dark Order. Do the obligatory. Alex Reynolds, Evil Uno, and John Silver versus Cool Ann, Angela Parker, Danny Magic, Matt Menard, and Jake Hager. Angela Parker came out with cake still on his face. Excalibur noted that Parker never kissed Harley, but Ruby didn't see that part of the footage play out. Hager was fired up and rocked John Silver with stiff shots. Menard tagged in and rammed Silver into the turnbuckles. Alex Reynolds grabbed a blind tag and connected with a flying uppercut to Menard. The Dark Order triple team Menard in the corner and flurry of offense. Evil Uno planted Parker with a neck breaker. Uno splashed Parker with a senton from the top for a near fall. Silver booted Parker in the back of the head. The Dark Order hit a pendulum bomb on Parker, but Menard broke the pin up just in time. Menard swept out the leg of Silver. Menard and Parker nailed Reynolds with a double DDT. Hager splashed Reynolds with the Hager bomb for a near fall. -1 pulled out Jake Hager's hat to distract Hager. Hager grabbed the hat out of -1's hand. Silver and Hager rocked Hager with a tandem offense as Hager has been scolding -1. After the jackknife, Reynolds pinned Hager. A very special win for the Dark Order to cap off the return to Daly's place, said Excalibur. And I don't know if you follow Cody Rhodes, but Cody Rhodes took -1, Brody Lee Jr. to Disneyland, and he was able to invite anybody he wanted because Brandy said, which is Cody's wife, that once you are deemed family to them, you're family. That's it. So I'm kind of sort of, see, this is the thing. This was my kryptonite. This is why I started liking Cody Rhodes. Anything with kids is like my kryptonite. If you're going to do good by the kids, I'm all for it. And for him to take on the fatherly role where Brody Lee is not there, your ace is in my book. I'm a fan. That's it. It's done. Put it to bed. So -1 is getting older and older and older. I think he's 12. He's got 6 more years, and we're going to be seeing him in a wrestling ring because of that contract. So we're going to go to the Battle of the Belts, which are coming from the Chartway Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. Oh my God, this is insane. So we started off with Collision, and then we're going to go into Battle of the Belts. We started off with the rated R superstar Adam Copeland versus Shane Taylor, promotion Lee Moriarty. So Collision kicked off with the Cope Open. And this is why I get pissed off. Copeland whipped Moriarty into the turnbuckle. Copeland clubbed Lee with forearms. Copeland swept out Lee's legs. Moriarty wrenched Copeland's arm over the top rope and followed up with a drop kick. Moriarty went for a broader city stretch. Copeland powered himself through the ropes, reaching out and grabbing the bottom rope, forcing the ref to break the hold. Moriarty climbed to the top turnbuckle, but Copeland knocked Moriarty off balance. Copeland tossed Lee with an avalanche fallaway slam. Copeland was contemplating a spear, but Shane Taylor distracted him from the arena floor. Moriarty capitalized and booted Copeland. Copeland went outside and speared Taylor. In the process, Moriarty torpedoed Copeland with a tope. Back in the ring, Copeland pummeled Lee with stiff shots. Copeland cracked Lee with a backbreaker. Copeland applied the grindhouse and made Moriarty tapped out. Copeland, just in case you forgot, after the match, Christian Cage, I'm still coming for your scrawny ass. Ring of Honor was 6-man championship match. The Mogul Embassy, Bishop Khan, Tony Leona, and the Machine, Brian Cage versus Murder Hawk, Monster Lance, Archer, The Righteous, Dutch, and Vince. Archer and Cage shoved one another. Cage took down Archer with a vertical suplex. Archer wiped out Cage with a lariat. Cage came back with a vertical suplex. The Gates of Agony used their tandem offense on Vincent. Toa splashed Vincent on after a drop toe hold. Bishop Khan and Vincent slugged it out in the center of the ring. Things broke down quickly with both teams brawling around ringside. Archer chokeslammed Khan. Cage entered the ring and drilled Archer with a Death Valley driver. Vincent jumped in, but Toa hit a Samoan drop. Vincent grabbed Toa and nailed him with a Bossman slam and flipped him over the top rope, wiping the champs. Archer was looking for a blackout on Khan, but Prince Nana grabbed Archer's boot. Jake the Snake Roberts knocked down Nana with one punch. The fans chanted, "You still got it." Archer was mad at Roberts for getting involved. Toa pounced Vincent in the ring. The Gates of Agony double teamed Vincent, but Archer ran to make the save. Cage nailed Archer with a twisting neck breaker. Bishop Khan used his finisher and flattened Vincent for the pinfall victory. After the match, Prince Nana gets on the mic. "Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the greatest ROH 6-man championships of all time. And you know, guys, what? You know what? The boss, Swerve, and I were watching those guys from the Bang Bang Gang complain about how they need more titles in their collection. More specifically, the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team titles. But you have a boss who couldn't beat Swerve in the Continental Classic. But we're such great guys. This Wednesday, live Wednesday, it's Brian Cage, the Gates of Agony, challenging you guys in the Bang Bang Gang." Lexi Nair was interviewing Press Vance backstage when Roderick Strong and the Kingdom interrupted Preston. Preston Vance said this was the time, but after he was done with his match tonight, he beat Riley next week. The Natural, Dustin Rhodes versus Willie Mack. Dustin arm dragged Matt to the mat. Sounds like a fucking tongue twister. Dustin staggered Willie with a strike to the face. Willie cracked Mack with Dustin's head with a kick. Willie smashed Dustin with his standing moonsault for a near fall. Willie Mack climbed to the top for a six frog splash, but Dustin dodged it. Dustin followed up with a Canadian Destroyer and power slammed Dustin, planted Mack with a crossroads and pinned him. This made no sense. You're going to not put the person who doesn't know, people don't know, not over. I would have fucking had him winning. Dustin, come on. Your father would fucking be turning over in his grave. You don't do that. This is what happens when you stay a little too long at the fucking fair. Get to the back and do your job in the back. Get out of the fucking ring. I think he's catching light in a bottle, Mitchell's message sent, said Kevin Kelly. The Bullet Club were backstage with the answer for Prince Nana and the Mogul Embassy. Switchblade Jay White said the Ring of Honor six-man tag team titles would be going home with him and the Guns after their match on Dynamite on Wednesday. FTW champion was shown arriving at the arena. Renee Paquette tried to interview Dustin Rhodes backstage. TNT champion Christian Cage interrupted Rhodes, he said, and said he didn't like the company that Rhodes kept. Dustin challenged Christian Cage to put his title on the line this Wednesday on Dynamite. So, let me get this straight. A veteran who has a title challenged another veteran for a title. That should be right now for people that who are established, but they're current. But what do I know? Hangman Adam Page versus the workhorseman J.D. Drake. Tony Schiavone mentioned that how Page has a challenge to the AEW World Champion Samoa Joe. But Hook has first shot this Wednesday at Dynamite. Hangman used his side headlock takeover on Drake. Hangman chopped Drake in the corner. Hangman connected with a running moonsault. Page dropkicked Drake into Anthony Henry. J.D. Drake blasted Page with a big blow. Hangman landed a top rope plancha on Drake. Page followed up with a crossbody press from the top rope for a near fall. Hangman hoisted up Drake and drilled him with a Death Valley driver. JD fired back with a belly-to-belly suplex and then a cannonball splash. JD Drake went for a moonsault, but Hangman got out of the way. Hangman blasted Drake with a buckshot lariat and pinned JD Drake. His first collision match is a victory. He earned it too, said Tony Schiavone. Wow, this is the first time he had a match. Oh, because he was on Dynamite and Punk was on Collision. The Virtuosa versus Red Velvet. Stir it up, stir it up, stir it up. Red Velvet was looking for a thrust kick, but Deanna put the brakes on it. Red Velvet snuck in a drop kick, though. Deanna grabbed Red Velvet in a Fujiwara armbar, but Red Velvet grabbed the ropes. Deanna cracked Red Velvet with a baseball drop kick. Red Velvet shocked Deanna with a Japanese-style arm drag. Red Velvet continues to work over Perazzo's arm. Deanna rocked Red Velvet with a big pump kick. Deanna grabbed Red Velvet's arms and pulled it back, forcing Red Velvet to tap out to the Venus de Milo. Very, very simplistic, very effective. FTW champion Hook versus Kevin Matthews. Matthews charged at Hook, trying to blindside him. Hook saw him coming and suplexed Matthews all over the ring. Hook hurled KM on the ramp with another suplex. Hook locked in the Red Rum, and Kevin Matthews tapped out. Hook has momentum going into Wednesday, said Tony Schiavone. Hook looked into the camera and said, Joe, I'll see you on Wednesday. Collision main event, trios match. Daniel Garcia, FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Hardwood. Versus the House of Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and Malachi Black. This was crazy, this match. Oh my God, it was so good. Dax smashed Buddy with a guillotine leg drop. FTR hit double catapult on Buddy. Cash followed up with a brainbuster. Garcia tagged in, but ate a boot from Buddy. Malachi Black tagged in and took down Garcia with a big arm drag. Garcia ducked a roundhouse kick from Black, but Black and Garcia taunted one another. Basically, Garcia did the cross of the legs, and I'm thinking Malachi Black is going to do the dance. I am sitting there waiting for it, and he just goes like this. I was like, God damn it. Do you know that fucking his wife, Zelina Vega, would have never let him live the end of that? Oh, I know she would have he would have came home and she would have been standing at the door doing the fucking dance. I would have laughed. That I would have paid money for. And I lost my fucking place in my. I think I lost my place. Hold on. Found it. Brody Kid entered the fray. FTR knocked him over the top rope with a lariat. The House of Black gathered outside the ring to rethink their strategy. Back of the ring, Big Bad Brody and Dax, the Axe, battled it out. Brody powerbombed Dax. Malachi tagged in, and Malachi and Buddy Matthews double teamed Dax, cutting the ring in half, preventing from him making the tag. The House of Black were relentless on their assault on Dax Hardwood. Hardwood finally manages to make the tag to Garcia. Daniel Garcia had Fist of Fire, taking the fight to Buddy and Malachi. Garcia held the ropes open, and Cash flew out with a tope suicida on the entire House of Black. Garcia spiked Black with a brainbuster for a near fall. FTR picked up Brody, and Garcia jumped off the top rope. And they spiked Brody with a triple team pile driver. Black rocked Garcia with a roundhouse kick. Fans chanted AEW, AEW. Garcia put Black on his shoulders, and Dax jumped off the top with a big bulldog for a 2 count. Dax suplexed Black, and Garcia jumped for the splash. But Black raised his knees in defense. Matthews tagged himself in. Matthews powerbombed Dax twice for a near fall. Dax crunched Buddy with a pile driver for a 2 count. This is incredible, said Matt Menard. Brody distracted the ref from the apron, and Black nailed Dax with a roundhouse kick. Buddy curb stomped. Thank you, Seth freaking Rollins. Black nailed Dax with a roundhouse kick. Buddy curb stomped Dax and scored the victory. What we have seen has been incredible, and the House of Black rises to the top, said Tony Schiavone. You know what? They say the house always wins, replied Nigel. Brody blindsided Matt Menard after the match. The House of Black and Daddy Magic surrounded. Black mauled Menard with a roundhouse kick. Garcia and Cash jumped into the ring with steel chairs. The House of Black were forced to retreat despite winning. FTR and Garcia made the final statement by taking out Brody with a shatter machine. All right, we go right into Battle of the Belts. The Battle of the Belts are, I believe it's, if I'm not mistaken, 7 or 8. I hate Roman numerals. And the first match, we have AEW World Tag Team Championship Street Fight. Big Bill, and Absolute Ricky Starks versus Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho, the 6 Golds. Both teams were brawling outside the arena. Jericho cracked Starks in the head with a garbage can. Big Bill slammed Jericho into the dirt. Sammy rammed into the champs with a golf cart. Big Bill had a backpack with bricks. Big Bill threw bricks at Sammy, but Sammy moved. The brick broke a car windshield. Jericho and Sammy suplexed Big Bill onto the hood of the car. Red Titus was outside with the crowd watching the fight. Titus yelled, "Jericho, that's my car!" Jericho answered with a Judas effect to Titus. Starks and Jericho fought back. Starks put a plunger on Jericho's face. Jericho retaliated with a traffic cone. Sammy and Big Bill traded strikes. Sammy sprayed Big Bill in the face with a fire extinguisher. He sprayed Ricky next. This sounds like a fucking the Home Alone. Starks cracked Jericho in the back with a kendo stick. Jericho had a kendo stick of his own and began to whack Big Bill with it. Jericho picked up a table from ringside. He put 2 tables side by side. Jericho and Big Bill brawled on top of the crew case. Takeshi smashed Jericho with a kendo stick. Out of nowhere, Big Bill powerbombed Jericho off the crew case down through the tables below. Sammy, the fucking daredevil wackadoo, psychotic, he freaking climbed the lighting truss. Sammy 30 feet in the air and went for a senton. Powerhouse Hobbs pulled Starks out of the way, and Sammy crashed and burned on the senton. Starks put his arm over and pinned him. Is this necessary? For the people who are not having kids or do have kids, can we please stop this? I mean, Jesus Christ. Maron. And I can say it that way because I'm a quarter Italian, okay? You blinked, this match was over. I legitimately got up, went to the bathroom, went to get something to drink, and the match was completely over. I had to go back and watch this again. TBS Championship match, Julia Hart versus Anna Jay. Anna Jay stunned Julia with a running snapmare. Julia ducked a roundhouse kick. Julia yanked on Anna's arm, and Anna's shoulder collided with a turnbuckle. Anna was doing some of her best to fight with one injured arm. Anna connected with a backstabber for a near fall. Anna applied the Queen Slayer, but Julia rolled out and put a choke of her own on Anna. Anna escaped and wiped out Julia with a flatliner. Julia locked in the Heartless out of nowhere and made Anna tap out. No fucking big deal. Do I really have to go over this, please? I hate this bitch. And I don't need to be seeing her on my television in 2024. For the love of Jesus. Footage was shown earlier in the day. Sonjay Dutt in the locker room with Karen, Jeff, Jarrett, and Jay Lethal. Sonjay told them they needed to get on the same page. Jeff told Jay they had to leave the team. Sadamat Singh entered the room and offered food to Jay Lethal, but Jay Lethal shoved it away. They could have gave that time to fucking goddamn Anna Jay and Julia Hart. Main event time. AEW International Championship match. Freshly squeezed Orange versus Preston Vance. The Undisputed Kingdom walked down to the ramp and sat on chairs watching the match from ringside. Preston Vance walloped Orange with a discus lariat. Orange fired back with Orange punch. Preston blocked a beach break. Preston shoulder tackled Cassidy off the top rope. Preston connected with a pub kick, sending Orange spilling outside right in front of the Undisputed Kingdom. Orange got his hands in his pocket and drop kicked Preston. Orange followed up with a tope suicida. Preston planted Vance with a spine buster. Preston stomped on Orange in the corner. Orange rallied back with a thrust kick and stomped of his own, pummeling Preston to the mat. Cassidy drilled Preston with a Stundog Millionaire and a spinning DDT for a 2 count. Orange jumped from the top turnbuckle out of the ring, but Preston caught him. Preston used Orange as a weapon, throwing him over the overhead with a fallaway slam, taking out the members of the Undisputed Kingdom. Preston flipped off Roderick Strong. Back in the ring, Preston locked in the full Nelson, and Cassidy stomped on Preston's foot and broke free. Orange cracked Preston in the face with an orange punch. Orange pulped Preston with a beach break and pinned him, retaining the championship. So they have Battle of the Belts, but they don't change titles. How is this? Like, if I see a Battle of the Belts, I'm probably not going to watch it again because they're never going to change the title. Change the title. This would have been a perfect opportunity to give the title to Preston Vance and let him run with it, to give him a shot at it. I swear, Orange Cassidy is legitimately has Tony Khan permanently up his ass. I mean, the guy likes to get pegged. It's so fucking Tony Khan is giving it to him through and through. Or could it be the other way around? Fucking goddamn Orange Cassidy's pegging fucking goddamn Tony Khan here. I mean, it's okay if you want to go there, or if you want to be like that, or live your life like that. That's not a problem with me. I love everybody. But Jesus Christ. Oh, Maron. That's a Maron. So the Undisputed, I'm hoping now, because this match is going to be at Revolution, that Roderick Strong gets his fucking goddamn just desserts and gets his due, gets his flowers. He deserves that title. Anyway, the Undisputed Kingdom got in the ring after the match. They stared at Cassidy. Jose, the assistant, grabbed Roderick, but Roderick retaliated with a jumping knee strike. His jumping knee strike is deadly. The Undisputed Kingdom threw Preston and Jose out of the ring. They turned their attention back on Orange Cassidy. Roderick pointed at Orange and said, the clock is ticking for him. So that was that. That could have went and accompanied a Rampage. I'm just saying. So we're going to go to Dynamite. Dynamite is coming from the North Charleston Coliseum in North Charleston, South Kakalaki, or Carolina. This past week was a lot better than it was the previous week. Holy shit. It was like they were phoning it because it was Brody Lee's celebration to remember him. I mean, that's all fine and good, but, you know, have like what they did with Owen Hart. All right? What they did with Owen Hart. They had stuff going on, but it kind of intermingled in the matches. And then they had videotapes, like little videos of the wrestlers and everything. Do something like that, or put a tribute on YouTube where we could go see it whenever the fuck we want. That was just ridiculous. Dynamite. Oh my God, we started off with not Orange Cassidy. Shocking. But we did start with a championship match. The Patriarch, Christian Cage, versus the Natural, Dustin Rhodes, for the TNT Championship. The fans chanted, "Let's go, Dustin! Let's go, Dustin! Let's go, Dustin!" Christian Cage hit Dustin with a cheap shot, kicking him in the abdomen. Rhodes fires back with a scoop slam. Christian rolled out of the ring, swept out Dustin's legs, and was about to pull Dustin's legs into the ring post. Instead, Dustin pulled back and sending Christian headfirst into the steel ring post. I love that. We haven't seen that in a while, and I'm liking that. I like that. Dustin flew off the ring steps with a clothesline, taking the fight to the champion outside the ring. Rhodes hit Christian with a haymaker. Christian took a huge risk and jumped off the turnbuckles and landed on Dustin Rhodes on outside the ring. Back in the ring, Dustin strung together a flurry of offense and punctuated with a bulldog for a near fall. Dustin rocked Christian with a code red for a 2 count. Christian played possum, begging off Dustin, but then pulling him down onto the ropes. Dustin went for a tope, but Christian countered with a stiff strike. Christian connected with a frog splash for a 2 count on Rhodes. Christian grabbed his title from the timekeeper's table. Christian was about to smash the title against Dustin's head, but referee Aubrey Edwards grabbed it away. As the ref was distracted, Dustin rolled up Christian in a small package. Nick Wayne jumped into the ring, reversed the cradle attempt, rolling Christian on top of Dustin. The Natural managed to kick out. That was quick thinking by Nick Wayne. It didn't work, but it was smart, said Taz. Dustin slugged Christian. Dustin suplexed Christian as more interference from Nick Wayne backfired. Dustin Rhodes rocked Christian with a crossroads for a near fall. Nick Wayne grabbed at Dustin's ankle. Dustin met Wayne outside the ring. While Christian distracted the ref, Killswitch diverted Dustin's attention this time, and Nick Wayne climbed to the top turnbuckle. Nick Wayne went for Wayne's World, but Dustin countered with a Canadian destroyer on the floor. Dustin got back into the ring. Christian speared him. Christian smashed Dustin with a kill switch, but Dustin kicked out at the count of 2. Dustin got back up, but Christian connected with a second kill switch and pinned Dustin. That spear was directed to Adam Copeland, said Taz. We go back to I have it text that I have to answer. Hold on. Sorry, it was a family situation. So we go backstage. We have Renee Paquette with Swerve Strickland. Swerve said not only did he have his eyes on the main event, he said not only did he have his eyes on the main event, but he also has his eyes everywhere. He said it didn't matter if it was Samoa Joe or Hook who came out as champion. Swerve said he's the most dangerous man going. After the most coveted prize in the industry, Renee mentioned Hangman Adam Page, another man going after the prize. Swerve said, like I said, I got my eyes everywhere. Swerve, he said he has beaten Hangman twice now, and he's got no reason to prove it again. Granted, Hangman should be going after. This is, I think I just predicted everything. I think at Revolution, it's going to be Strickland and Joe. Joe and Strickland, whoever wins, I think it's going to be Strickland, going to go against Adam Page, and that's where he's going to get his revenge to take the title away from Strickland. And I wouldn't have that fucking match until Double or Nothing. Renee also interviewed the Ocho, Chris Jericho, backstage. Jericho and Don Callis' family ripped those AEW Tag Team Championship belts out of his and Sammy Guevara's hands at Battle of the Belts on Saturday. Takesha, Hobbs, you caused us to lose, and you injured Sammy. Now, even though I just beat you in Tokyo, Takesha, suddenly that match doesn't mean as much anymore. I'm going to seek and destroy your ass. Now, Jericho just went for a trademark for this. The problem is I'm hoping that he got the permission from Metallica, because Seek and Destroy is a song from Metallica. If you don't believe me, look it up. I love Metallica. I know. I don't look like somebody that would listen to Metallica. That I look like somebody that would listen to Kesha, Sia, and all that shit. I'm sorry. I want to listen to good music. I'm going to listen to Metallica. I'm going to listen to what is it? Alter Bridge. I'm going to listen to U2. I'm going to listen to Slipknot. I mean, what else do I have to go through? I don't like fucking goddamn pop. I like the oldies. I love oldies. I love the classic rock. I love I'll take a couple of classical, just, out to dinner, whatnot, a little jazz, whatnot, adult music. Not the shit that being, I swear to God, if I fucking have to listen to another Taylor Swift song, I swear to God, I wish I could go on my fucking devices and put something in there that takes away everything of Taylor Swift. And I'm not joking. She's nauseating. So anyway, Matt Sydal interrupted and questioned why Jericho was losing it over this defeat. To get over this loss, you have to get back in that ring and you have to fight somebody who's beaten you before, like me. Jericho, you're asking for a match? I respect you as a wrestler. Some would say you're born to do this. Maybe we need to do this match on Rampage, so it'll be this tonight. But I got to warn you, I've got a lot of pent-up aggression, so be careful for what you wish for. I'll see you on Friday. Tag team match. Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta versus Commander and Penta El Zero Miedo. Sorry. Orange and Penta El Zero Miedo had a stare down in the center of the ring. No love lost there. Penta blasted Orange with a roundhouse kick. Orange attempted a DDT, but Penta countered with a massive thrust kick. was about to fly around the ring, but Penta cut Trent. Trent cut him off. Commander tagged in and hit a missile drop kick. Trent suplexed Commander with a half and half and returned Orange back to the ring. Orange covered Commander with a near fall. Commander took Trent over the top rope with his legs. Commander up kicked at Cassidy. Penta tagged in and stormed Orange with a sling blade, and then a second sling blade. Penta poked Orange with a made in Japan for 8, good for a 2 count. Orange spiked Penta with a DDT and tagged in and pie-faced Commander and Commander. Trent hammered Commander against the ropes. Commander cradled Trent for a near fall. Trent chopped Commander, backing him up in the corner. Penta tagged in, jumped off Commander's back, and walloped Trent with an assisted Canadian Destroyer. Canadian Destroyer, Jesus Christ. Maroon. Commander walked across the ropes and splashed Trent. Commander covered Trent for the pin, but Orange jumped in to break it up. I gotta blow my nose because I feel something dripping. Hey kids, never in your 20s do anything to compromise your nose. And also never break your nose to begin with, because you got problems all the rest of your life. No surgery will help you. Commander climbed on top of the turnbuckle, tried for a Phoenix Splash. Trent dodged it and returned a fire of knee strikes. Penta popped up out of nowhere and nailed Trent with a thunderous thrust kicks. Penta springboarded off the ropes, but Orange jumped in. Shoved Trent out of the way, rocked Penta with a beach break. Cassidy cracked Commander with a orange punch. Trent hoisted up Commander, hit the crunchy and pinned Commander. After the match, the Undisputed Kingdom walked onto the ramp down to the ring. Roderick Strong, I don't know, you've heard me say to the fans and other people, but I came out to say to your face, Orange, so take off your glasses and look me in your eyes. Orange, take off your glasses now. We can end you right now if we wanted to. Listen, you've been a fighting champion, willing to take on anyone at any time. But tonight, you decided to wrestle in a tag match and not defend the AEW International Championship. But why? Is it all becoming too much? Are you afraid you don't have enough in the tank to keep it? Or are you afraid of me coming for it? And you can't face it. It belongs to me and I'm coming for it. I'm here to make you face it. Orange Cassidy, all right, you know what? You got it. Let's do it right here, right now. Roderick Strong, no, not right now. You're going to have to wait till March 3rd, live on pay-per-view at Revolution. Because I want you for the next 6 weeks to live with that, to accept that, to wake up every day knowing that you're just keeping that title warm for me. And I am hoping to fucking Christ, Tony Khan makes the fucking right decision and puts the title on Roderick Strong. Yeah, I'm just a tad ticked off. Renee Paquette was backstage, interviewed Hangman Adam Page. Page, if you think back the past 5 years, you will not find another soul on the planet who cares about the AEW World Championship than I have, who treated it with reverence, who needed it. But in 2024, not only will I win it, I will also put my name on it and keep it there as long as I can. Swerve seems to think about me a lot. I don't think about him at all. If he says he could beat me, I would say it doesn't matter because he's not the world champion. Samoa Joe is. He will be watching tonight, and if Hook wins, God be with you. All right. I don't cry a lot when it comes to professional wrestling, but Jesus Christ, This took everything out of me, and I am still in shock that he is gone. Mark Briscoe walked onto the ramp to honor his brother Jay. The Briscoe family was in front row. Mark Briscoe, I come to you tonight representing the baddest tag team in the history of this planet. The Briscoe brothers, tragically 1 year ago, my brother passed away in a car accident. He moved on to the next level of existence. My nieces were in the truck with him. And tragically, they told my oldest niece she'll never walk again. However, damn it, God is on his throne. We won't stop because we can't stop. Mark's niece walked onto the stage. Mark Briscoe, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. A tribute package was honoring Jay Briscoe. And I'm crying again. Oh, Jesus. Being a mom and dealing with this stuff is like no joke. This is like next level fucking shit. Welcome to the road to WrestleMania. Absolutely. Welcome aboard, Wrestling Meets Horror. And I forgot to shout out Alyssa, my sweet angel. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you. And basically, I'm a mess right now. Renee Paquette has sit down with the Young Bucks, Nick and Matt Jackson. They're all looking very dapper and ready, to go. Hey, how are you? How you doing? So they sat down, and she sat down with Nick. Nick, I'm sorry to cut you off, but before I'm going to cut myself off because my nose is running from crying. When I cry, my nose runs. And I've been so sick, so it just doesn't help. I'm sorry to cut you off, but can you show us some respect and call us by our God-given names, Nicholas and Matthew? We're executive vice presidents around here, and it's time to take that job a little bit more seriously. Matthew, good point. Renee, we've heard about public tantrums and rumors. Matthew, rumors? You want to go there? I think I know which rumor you're talking about. I don't believe the things they say or write about us. Do you? None of those are true. Let's say hypothetically some of those things are true. What would you do to preserve and protect your life's work? What would you do to protect your baby? What would you do? What would I do? Just think that the next time you come at us with rumors again, and again, this is all hypothetical, but what would you be willing to lose? Also, would you be willing to lose your relationship with coworkers and friends? How about your legacy and reputation out the window? If you knew all that in hindsight, would you do it all? And if that means there be a healthy, sustainable company called AEW, I'll answer that hell yeah. And speaking of being a company around, I've got your paycheck this week, right? You got your paycheck this week, right? You're welcome. Renee, switching gears, let's talk Sting. Matthew, when we started AEW in the beginning, you weren't there, so you wouldn't know. But we used to say, change the world. Their moniker, change the world. 324, not the number of the episode. Armani, sweetheart, do you want me to bench you? And I'm going to call your ass out here right now, and I'm going to make you a little famous. Here's your 15 minutes of fame. Let me put this down because I'm going to I don't want to knock my beautiful tablets over. I have a fucking goddamn medical condition. All right, asshole? I have a medical condition. It's called psoriatic arthritis, which means that the joints in my fucking body are deteriorating. That means I'm in constant pain. So when I can't move, I can't lose the weight. But I finally was able to connect with a doctor that is putting me on certain medications that is going to make me lose weight. And sweetie, 324, I'm like 260, sweetheart. And it's all fucking curves. You fucking goddamn moron. Get out of my chat or I'm gonna fucking kick you out myself. No, sweetheart. Sweetheart, it's not. I don't have to justify myself. I actually have a medical condition and it's genetic, you dumb fuck. Now you can get out of my chat because I'm going to ban you. Shit, I put the wrong guy in. Wrestling meets horror. I meant to put somebody else in timeout. Sorry. And I'm going to try to block this asshole. I got to figure it out. Fucking asshole. I have a fucking medical condition. That's why I am the way I am. All right? I have psoriatic arthritis, which means that I get inflamed. And once it gets inflamed, it starts deteriorating. I have my fucking medication for the rest of my life. May that fucking asshole never get something terminal or life threatening. He could go fuck off. He could go, God damn. You know what? I hope to God one day that, you know, the doctors give him cancer. And trust me, I've had it. Going back to Matthew and Nicholas Buck um, Jackson with Renee. Sorry. World where somewhere goes a long way. We lost our way. It's like culture shifted. The toxicity crept into the locker room. It was just different. I think I know why. I think because we started to lean on yesterday's self-serving cancerous superstars. And you mentioning Sting. This isn't about Sting. Sting is none of those things. Sting is great. Sting is a role model employee. I'm envious of the way they talk about Sting. Maybe they'll talk about us like that one day. However, it's what Sting represents. Sting, the last of the dying breed. And the image of Sting isn't the line what we wanted to do. Eight with AEW. We wanted to change the world. Unfortunately for Sting, we're going to have to say goodbye to Sting, and everybody likes Sting. And we would never ask anybody to do anything that that we weren't willing to do ourselves. Nicholas, good point. Renee, is that an official call out to Sting at Revolution for his final match? Nicholas, as EVPs, we're pulling some strings. I am like so fucking pissed off at this Armani. He comes into my fucking live and fucking calls me fat. Tell me something I don't know. I know I'm fat. But you know what? I'm doing something about it. Moron. I swear to Jesus. What? Why is everybody coming into my live doing this? I don't eat fast food, morons. Oh my God. I don't have a problem putting people and tossing them off my live. I don't want people here that are going to fucking point something out that I already know. It's a fucking medical condition. Please look it up. Please do me a favor. Psoriatic arthritis. I have psoriasis. It's a genetic fucking disorder. My grandfather has it. My uncle has it. My two cousins have it. My great grandfather had it. Jesus Christ. We all have it. I have plaque psoriasis in my scalp. I have an actual fucking disorder. It's a fucking genetic disorder. I can't help this. I'm doing something about it. Try living in fucking pain 24 fucking 7. Or maybe that's right. Maybe that's right. Maybe you're too busy fucking goddamn mooching off your girlfriends, your wives, your whomever, your partners, and you're not getting yourself a fucking real job. All right? I actually have a real job. All right? This is all fucking hobby. All right? I have a kid. I have a fucking fabulous fucking goddamn social life. Family is great. Everything is stupendous. Let's see. I have my own place. You're in your fucking mother's basement. Or your girlfriend's basement, or your girlfriend's parents' house, or your wife's parents' house, because you can't get a fucking job and hold it down. No, you make your fucking girl go work. Some fucking men you are. Pieces of shit you are. Oh, but I forgot, you don't take care of kids, right? You'll push them off to a fucking daycare. I have psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis. All right? Two things. All right? It's fucking genetics. All right? And if you want to know the rest of my fucking medical history, I'll have no problem sharing it. I got hit by a fucking bus in 2017. I got hit by a car in 2010. I have a herniated fucking disc in my back, and I also have a degenerated disc in my back. I got reconstruction in my fucking shoulder. I have two fucking bad knees from the fucking bus accident, and I got a shattered ankle. Do you want me to keep on going? I have fucking goddamn acid reflux. I have COPD because of my stupidity of smoking. But I'm doing something about it because finally I have a doctor that's going to take care of me. and I'm going to look the best I ever will be. So do me a favor, poor and mini franchising. Show us. Why do I have to show you? I have nothing to fucking explain to you. I eat fucking one meal a day, and that's dinner, and that's basically a fucking goddamn salad. All right. I've lost 30 pounds. So I need you to either get out of my channel or just ban you. I want all positivity here. Let's have a good time, or I'm getting you out of here, and I'm not playing. Moving on. Ring of Honor World Six-Man Championship match. The Mogul Embassy versus Bishop Khan, Tony Leona, and the Machine Brian Cage versus the Bullet Club Gold, the Bang Bang Gang, Switchblade Jay White, and the Guns, Austin and Colton Gunn. Toa backed up Jay White. Toa tried to chop, but Jay ducked it. Jay blistered up Toa's chest with chops of his own. Toa retaliated with heavy chops and multiple knee strikes to Jay's lower back. Bishop Khan tagged in and continued the assault on Jay White. Jay White landed a dragon screw leg whip and tagged out to Colton. Colt stopped on Khan, and then Austin tagged in. Cage grabbed a tag but ate some right hands from Austin. Brian Cage retaliated with a German suplex. The Gates of Anarchy double teaming him. Austin tagged in and cleaned out house on the Mogul Embassy. Colton nailed Cage with a neck breaker. Toa ran in and sent Colton for a ride with a wicked pounce. The Gates of Agony hurled Colton into the cage, and Cage powerbombed Colton. Khan connected with an air raid crash, but Austin and Jay ran in to make the save and break up the pin. Jay White shoved Cage into the steel ring post. Jay White lit up Bishop with a heavy chop, sending thunderous echo through the arena. The Guns blasted Cage with 310 to Yuma. Bishop Khan split leg drop kicked the Guns. Khan distracted the ref while Prince Nana tripped up Jay White. Khan hit a lung blower on Jay White for a near fall. Prince Nana jumped into the ring with a belt ready to hit. While Khan distracted the ref, Anthony Bowens sprinted to the ring and pulled the belt away from Prince Nana. Jay White rocked Khan with a Blade Runner and pinned him. New ROH World Six-Man Championship, Bullet Club Gold. Too sweet, too sweet, too sweet. Thank you, infrequently Table TV. I'm sorry if I fuck up your name. Thank you. So then after the match, the AEW Trios champions, the Acclaim and Daddy Ass, came onto the ramp and saluted the Bullet Club Gold with scissor hand gesture. Could we be seeing the genesis of the Bang Bang Scissor Gang? Wondered Excalibur. I would like to see them merge the titles. That would be great. That would be phenomenal. The United Kingdom, Adam Cole and Wardlow were backstage. Wardlow has never even scratched the surface of what he's capable of. But now with the Undisputed Kingdom, the man will be unbeatable. This man will go down as the most dominant AEW professional wrestler of all time. I promise you that. And just wait and see until Warlow continues to run over opponent after opponent after opponent until there's nothing left but the AEW World Championship, which will be the property of the Undisputed Kingdom. Ain't that right, big man? Boom. BC for life. Yes, for life. Got to do the too sweet. We can't not saying, we can't not do the too sweet. It would be sacrilege, right? Yes, I had to get the original. I couldn't go without it. I got this like 3 years ago. And that it was one of my first purchases outside WWEshop.com. Yes, too sweet. Too sweet. Lee Sonsel one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna mess up the names. Lee Sol Sun One. If I said it right, please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. The Virtuosa versus Anna Jay. We are getting actual stories in AEW's women's division. Who would have thunk it? AEW World Champion Timeless Toni Storm joined the commentary team for the match. She was flanked by Mariah May and Luther the Butler. Deanna hit an uppercut to Anna's arm. Anna fired back with a neck breaker over the ropes on Deanna. Deanna rocked Anna with a clothesline. Deanna pump kicked Anna for a near fall. Anna cracked Deanna with a backstabber for a 2 count. Anna tried to lock in the Queen Slayer, but Deanna rolled through. They traded forearms. Deanna flattened out Anna, locked on the Venus de Milo, and Anna was forced to submit. Renee Paquette went into the ring to interview Deanna Purrazzo in the ring. Renee, Toni Storm said she'd like to meet with you, but the champ is right there. So is there anything you'd like to say to her? Deanna, absolutely. Toni, I don't know what you've gotten into, what you got into you. We've known each other for a long time. We used to be like sisters. And it's clear since I arrived in AEW, you've changed. But you know what? So have I. You might have been friends with Deanna Purrazzo, but you have never met the greatest technical wrestler in the world, the Virtuosa. Toni, you're technical. Well, technically speaking, you're artificially tanned. My past is none of your concern. I ought to march right in that ring and sock you right in the box. But I must go to commercial, so chin up, tits out, and watch the shoe. Mariah May threw a shoe at Deanna. Deanna threw it back. Toni, you're toast. You're going down. Luther carried Toni away. I had to upload a video in live in your YouTube you after so I can listen from the beginning. Yeah, that's the greatest part. You can listen to this, go through this whatever you want, and just like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I upload a video or I go live, you'll know about it. It's very simple. And I am not asking for donations. I don't have enough people to do that yet. And I would never ask anybody to donate no more than $10. I would never do that. For people that are freaking donating hundreds and hundreds of dollars to people, which is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Unless that's their job. This is a hobby to me. And I put this comes a portion of my life that, when things come up in my personal life, because I actually have a personal life, I actually have a career, I actually, I have a kid, I have, friends and family, and, I actually do things outside of wrestling. I know it's a foreign concept, but I do that. And I get out of here, but yeah, if I get to the point that I'm able to make donations, $10, and I will refund. I don't only want the max $10. That's good enough for me to go to Starbucks to get coffee. You would fuel my Starbucks. It would all go to Starbucks. Top Flight, Dante Martin, Darius Martin, and Private Part versus Private Party, Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy. Cassidy and Darius exchanged flurry of offense, each occurring each countering each other, going hold for hold. Dante and Mark grabbed tags. Mark Quinn went out to Dante's ankle. Cassidy hit a springboard crossbody on Dante. Mark Quinn hit two planches on both members of Top Flight. Mark Quinn went to the top turnbuckle and connected with a 450 splash, but Dante managed to kick it out. Top Flight rocked Mark Quinn with a quick combination. Dante cracked Quinn in the nose with a knee strike. Isaiah stunned Dante with a step over kick. Private Party served up gin and juice on Dante. Darius ran in to make the save, but Mark Quinn rolled up and with the help of the ropes to score the pin. Whoa, a little highway robbery there, said Tats. Excalibur wonders if it's intentional or if it was just instinct. Either way, Top Flight feeling like they were wronged here tonight, said Excalibur. To all the people that have come into my life, and for the people who, who truly love to be here and to be part of this, I love the love, the positivity, and if you're going to say something about me and you're going to tell me that I'm fat, tell me something I don't know, all right? But I love all of you. You guys make me feel so loved, for the real people that love me and for the people who value my opinion. I'm just a small content creator. I don't even have 100 people on my subscriber. I'm just lucky that I have this. And I've been grinding at this for 5 years. And, I would love to go bigger. And with your help and possibly me to grow a little bit more, and I do it all to you. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Loso Sun One. I just can't see. It's too small. And I even have bifocals and it doesn't help me. Sting and Darby Allin, there's a video package aired. The story is going to end with me and Sting as AEW World Champions, said Darby. Sting, it's showtime. Now, for the people that complained about this match, Hook paid his dues. He is legit. He is the real deal. Taz has got to be fucking proud of him. He took an ass beating and he took it like a man. And now Tony Khan could see another guy that he could potentially down the road put that world title on. And I am fucking thrilled about it. I was skeptical of the match. Boy, sure fucking shut my ass up. Main event time. AEW World Championship match. Samoa Joe versus FTW champion Hook. Hook charged into battle, peppering the champ with shots. Samoa Joe immediately sent Hook to the outside. Samoa Joe whipped Hook at the barricade, but Hook jumped onto the barricade and jumped back at Joe with a shot. Back in the ring, Samoa Joe sent Hook into the ropes and then drove him hard to the mat with a running back elbow. Samoa Joe jabbed at Hook with right hands. Samoa Joe pummeled Hook in the corner with more strikes. Samoa Joe walloped Hook with a kick and then an elbow drop for a 2 count. Hook was looking for a T-bone suplex, but Joe stopped him with an elbow strike. Hook tripped Joe and then clobbered him with a wild right hand off the apron. Samoa spiked Hook onto the announcer desk and it collapsed under Hook. Hook flipped off Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe powerbombed Hook onto the ring apron. The ref had Doc Sampson examine Hook at the ringside. Hook wouldn't stay down. He shoved the doctor away and got back into the ring. Samoa Joe power slammed Hook for a near fall. What is this man made of? Wondered Excalibur. Samoa Joe nailed Hook with a Death Valley driver for a 2 count. Hook was still alive. Despite being put through hell, Samoa Joe planted Hook with a muscle buster and Hook kicked out at 1. That fucking rocked. I loved every fucking minute of it. And I seen Samoa Joe's face like, what the fuck? This motherfucker kicked out of my muscle buster. This guy is a star. Samoa Joe did his job. He put over Hook in a very great losing way. And I loved it. That's what you're supposed to do. And for Christ's sakes, Brock Lesnar could have dropped the title and Samoa Joe could have fucking ran with the ball. But it was the wrong Joe. They wanted Roman fucking Reigns. Hook blasted Samoa Joe with 3 consecutive lariats. Hook sent Samoa Joe for a ride with a T-bone suplex. Hook tried to lock in the Red Rum, but Samoa Joe blocked it. Samoa Joe countered with his own submission. The ref raised Hook's arm 3 times, but Hook didn't respond. The ref ended the match, declaring Samoa Joe the winner. That's how you end the match. Beautiful. Hook wrestled the match of a lifetime. This is good news for Hook, is only the beginning. Hook has quite a career ahead of him, said Ian. As Samoa Joe was leaving with his title, Hook yelled, "Is that all you got?" Samoa Joe jumped back in the ring and kicked Hook between the legs. Samoa planted Hook with another muscle buster. Not after this match. Joe didn't need to do this, said Excalibur. Yes, he did. Hook was undaunted. He got back to his feet, pointed at Samoa Joe, who was the outside of the ring. Samoa Joe got back in the ring. Hangman Adam Page sprinted the ring. Have seen enough out of Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe finally left the ring, glaring at Hangman Adam Page. Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana appeared in the front row. Swerve was smirking at Page and Samoa Joe. Smirking at Page and Samoa Joe. Hangman was helped Hook to his feet. Hook put up a hell of a fight, but he came up short. That's all right. He will be world champion. That will happen, said Taz. So, Dynamite coming from next week from the Edmark Arena in Savannah, Georgia. Tonight, Rampage is going to be coming from where Dynamite was coming from. And Collision is going to be at the Shafrit Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Joe looks like a serious champ. Hook look like a variable contender future. Yeah, exactly. Wrestling meets horror. You definitely got my agreement to that. What's the news of WWE? I came late. Did you talk about it before? Yes. Due to that Royal Rumble is coming up, I've prioritized WWE at the beginning. So get all of it there so you can check it all out. Yeah, but it's the screen. I go by the screen on here. The username, Mike. Sorry, Mike. But I wanted to also bring up the fact. I wanted to bring up the fact that I get bad rap of always siding with WWE. Okay, I see that, but I just praised majority of AEW's shows. Finally, it's coming around. Hopefully that we can stay on this. We have great WWE content. We have great AEW content. I watch TNA. I keep up to date on what's going on in NWA and MLW. I'm only one person. All right. I've been, mulling over the whole situation of possibly doing 3 podcasts a week. I'm still locking everything down. It's been taking me a while. I have been sick with bronchitis. That has been a priority for me. My son is also sick, so that's been a priority for me. Prioritize this. If this was my full-time career, I would be making this a priority, but it isn't. What is a priority is that next week we're going to be doing the podcast on Thursday at 2 p.m. because Friday night, right after SmackDown, I'm doing the go-home show of SmackDown and Raw for the Royal Rumble. I will be going live, hopefully right after the Royal Rumble, depending on the time. If it's after 11:30, I'll see you tomorrow. See you on Sunday at 11 o'clock in the morning. But please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live, you'll know about it. Please follow me on X, TikTok, Cameo. I'm on Cameo. If you want to go and support me there, go support me there. I'm on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, all verified accounts. Go follow me on all social media platforms. Please also go check out the people over at Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Get all your beard essentials there. Please go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com and get all your artillery to murder your thirst. Please also go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. And if you love independent wrestling, there is a promotion called House of Glory. On Saturday, March 2nd, they have 2 stars already making their debuts. Mustafa Ali and Alex Shelley, former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And on Friday, February 5th, Wrestling Revolver and House of Glory will be having a show together on WrestleMania weekend. The official announcement will be 8 o'clock tonight, so look for them on social media. I will be back here on Thursday for episode 325. And then for the go home show and the preview and predictions of the Royal Rumble right after SmackDown next week. So I love you all. Thank you. And for the assholes that wanted to piss me off today, you could suck it. Oh, hold on. Hold on. So I want everybody to have a great weekend. It's snowing here, so if you would stay in, and I want you to have just a great weekend and be safe. I love you all, and I will see you back here Thursday instead of Friday, Thursday at 2 p.m. for episode 325. So have a great weekend, and I love you all, and see you next week. Bye-bye. And check out the rest of the content on my channel, all right? Don't forget. Bye-bye.